Damn, The Walking Dead just keeps getting better and better. I just watched the episode 11 trailer, and man, this trailer is bonkers. It's really, really good. It's huge. This episode looks to be huge. Daryl and Alpha are looking to go head to head. It's gonna be a big episode, but in today's video, we're gonna break it down for you guys, shot by shot, going through the entire trailer. But before I do begin, if you are a fan of The Walking Dead, hit that subscribe button. But let's get started. Also, spoiler warning if you aren't caught up with The Walking Dead. Okay, so the episode looks to be picking up immediately where this episode left off. Obviously, the trailer, we have the group looking over at Alpha, and she's at the gates, and she just yells over saying, "Bring me my daughter." And man, I mean, I don't know. I feel like Alpha's just looking straight into my soul right here. Like, this is kind of scary. And I'm getting Governor vibes all over this, you know, especially with Daryl walking down to the gates, just like Rick walked down to the gates with the Governor. There's so many Governor vibes here for me. And I think they really nailed Alpha's introduction, you know, giving us a flashback of how she became who she is, you know, through her daughter, and then bringing her in last second. And now we're in full swing with Alpha, which I don't know if I'm ready for this, because I'm kind of scared. And then we have a lot of whispers around her, and man, I've been examining some of these masks, and dude, they are creepy as hell. Like, look at this dude right here. I mean, this guy looks like this is a monster in your nightmares right here. But yeah, this is some scary stuff. But Alpha says, or there will be conflict. So that was from the previous trailer, which is interesting because in the other trailer, they made it seem like she said, you know, you killed our people, there will be conflict. But here, you know, what she's really saying is, bring me my daughter or there will be conflict. So maybe if they, you know, just cooperate and hand over Lydia, there won't be conflict. But we all know that's not going to happen, because then there will be no conflict and there will be no show. And then we have everybody just huddled up here on the front gates just looking at Alpha. And this is like kind of funny to me, because I think this is when Daryl walks down to the gates, everybody else is just kind of scared and they're just standing there. But yeah, even in the episode we saw tonight, I'm probably posting this video the morning after, so last night, yeah, when, you know, Alpha came to the gates, everybody called Daryl, and everybody was kind of looking at Daryl because nobody wanted to go down there. So Daryl is going to be the man to step up. And then we have the reveal of Luke and Alden. They were under whisper masks, which is what I assumed because we couldn't see them. But look at this guy putting the knife up to Luke. That's pretty badass right there. But then we have Tara saying we have to do this, and I'm assuming she's talking about handing over Lydia, because that's what Alpha is asking for. But Daryl obviously isn't going to do that because he's grown an attachment to Lydia. And not only that, he knows now from the episode 10 that Alpha is a bad person and she abuses Lydia. So, you know, out of good conscience, he's not going to send Lydia back to her. And Daryl's the one making the big boy decision, so obviously he's going to deny it. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to be like, we have to send Lydia back, because they don't really care too much of Lydia. But Daryl, you know, he's a tough guy, but he also has a soft heart. Maybe not a soft heart, but a good heart. And he's obviously not going to send Lydia back. So that's why we see him next. He's going to head over and walk down to the gates of the hilltop to come face to face with Alpha. But before we see that in the trailer, we have some kingdom stuff. We have Carol and Ezekiel here. And they're looking inside this building filled with walkers, and there looks like to be like near a city or like little town or something, because I'm assuming they're gonna be scavenging for the supplies because they're getting ready for the fair. And also the synopsis reads that the scavenging goes wrong, so something obviously bad is gonna happen here. They're gonna run into some issues. Now my question is it gonna be like whisper issues? Because I think it might be, but I don't know, it might be like Beta or something, or a different group of whispers, because right now, I mean, nobody really knows where the kingdom is. Yeah, Henry told Lydia, but Lydia hasn't talked to anybody yet. And then also all the whispers are kind of occupied right now at the hilltop, but they probably are going to run into some like a whisper group of their own, you know, while scavenging. You see we have Carol here with her bow and arrow, and Ezekiel, they're obviously scavenging. And then we have Jerry here, like a badass swinging and killing this walker. And man, Jerry has a new look, I believe, and he has a pretty badass sword. The kingdom is looking, they're on fire right now. I'm liking the kingdom, and I want more kingdom. We're not getting that much kingdom. We haven't got that much King Ezekiel in this season, in my opinion. And I like King Ezekiel. I think Kari Payne has done a lot with the character. I honestly like TV show Ezekiel more than comic Ezekiel. And I would love to get as much as Ezekiel as possible. And then back to the hilltop, we have Daryl walking down to the gates of the hilltop. And this is what I'm talking about. It reminds me so much of, you know, Rick walking down to the governor while he's at the gates. and then they meet up. They just stare at each other's eyes here for a second. But Daryl is pretty quick. He's straightforward. He says you can't have her. And then Alpha says wrong answer, which is something you do not want to hear from Alpha. But The Walking Dead did this really cool edit where they actually type out wrong answer when Alpha says it. I don't know. This is a cool little thing that I liked. But man, Daryl doesn't know who Daryl, he's a tough guy, but he's ticking off the wrong person here. After Alpha says wrong answer, the trailer goes by super quick. So we're gonna try to do a shot by shot. But then we have Alpha here raising our hand, and through binoculars we see a bunch of other whispers coming up. So I think what's going on here is Alpha probably just brought, and that's a lot of whispers that are at the gates, but this is probably just a limited amount of whispers. And then when Daryl says you can't have her, Alpha says wrong answer, and she puts her hand up, and probably like 100 more whispers come, which is gonna obviously cause a lot of shit to happen. But then we have Connie here, and I love this scene right here. She's in the middle of all those crows, or crops, not crows. And we have, I remember last episode, she kind of got like cut off with the whispers coming in. She ran inside of the crops and hid. And then we have some walkers here, and it's hard to tell if any whispers are gonna be in the crops. But man, I think they could do a real cool sequence here with the crops. And Connie trying to run away, and we have this is like I really love this portion of the trailer, and I can't wait to see it like extended in the episode. But I'm trying to pause and see if any of these walkers look like whispers, but it looks like they're all walkers, and Connie's gonna be dealing with some walkers in the crops, which is gonna be pretty fun to watch. And then we got Carol here raising her bow. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot more than just walkers are dealing with, because there's no reason why they seem very like, you wouldn't, I mean, yeah, you would raise a bow for, a walker, but they seem very, like, quiet, and I think they probably are looking for someone, and I think it's going to be, like, a whisper ambush, probably from a different group. I think it'll be pretty cool if they bring in Beta here, too, at the Kingdom. But then we have Daryl opening a box here. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on, but he's just opening a box, maybe grabbing weapons or something. If they do, like, a little battle with the whispers, that would be pretty awesome. Like, that would be one hell of a way to start off the, the Whisper arc, because I still feel like the Whisper arc is just like just starting. There's still a lot that we haven't seen yet, and I think if they have maybe a little battle, that would be pretty cool. I'm not expecting it, but all I'm saying is it would be pretty cool. But then we have Alden here, and they do this little edit where they have Alden, and then they have Enid running to find, or I don't know if she's running to get him, but she's running. So obviously Enid is kind of stressed out here because her and Alden are in a relationship. I honestly, I wouldn't be that surprised if Alden or Luke dies. If one of them gets their throat cut or something, because the Hilltop is not cooperating and they're causing problems for the Whisperers, I wouldn't be surprised if one of them ends up dying. And I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind if one of them dies. Like, don't get me wrong, I like these characters, but all I'm saying is that imagine how cool it would be if Daryl and the Hilltop say, no, you're not getting your daughter back, and then Alpha just casually walks over to one of these guys and just like cuts their throat or stabs them or something. Like, that would say a lot, not only about, I mean, this doesn't even have to say anything about her character. We already know how, how big of a deal her character is, but I think it'll be pretty cool. And I want the Whispers, I want them to go all out with the Whispers, and I think if they do something like that, it'll be pretty cool. I know Luke and Alden fans, I'm sorry, but all I'm saying is that would be a badass scene. Next shot, we have some Kingdomers at, like, this looks like to be like an old movie theater or something. So yeah, it looks like they're gonna be in a city, which is gonna be another like a B plot of the episode, which I'm actually interested in, because I actually like episodes where the group is scavenging and they're in the city. And if they are in the city, yeah, they most likely are going to be running into Whispers there, because they're probably like a little ways from the Kingdom, so it's not like they're at home or something and the Whispers come. And then we have Lydia here, and she has a change of clothes and she looks to be washed up, so obviously the Hilltop has been taking care of her. And I don't know if I trust Lydia yet, and I'm contemplating this just because I feel like it's different for the TV show, and Cassidy McClinsky bringing life to this character. I don't know if I trust Lydia yet. Like, I feel for her, I feel sorry for her, but man, it's just too early to tell. And I just don't know how I feel about Lydia just yet. You guys in the comments down below, do you trust Lydia or do you not trust Lydia? Let me know, I'm interested. And just by Lydia's, face, you can see how terrified she is. And she could be looking at Alpha like through maybe like a glass window or something, or through like, it looks like she's inside though, so yeah, it might be like a window or something. And yeah, Alpha could possibly be looking back at her and just like scaring the shit out of her, because that's where the trailer kind of ends. Like we have Lydia looking at Alpha, and then it cuts to Alpha, and just her like zoomed in on her face, just like staring at something. And you know, if she's just staring at Lydia is probably terrified, because she knows that if she ends up going back to Alpha, she's gonna be getting beat, or like something horrible is gonna happen, right? So Lydia is obviously scared here. But that's where the trailer ends for The Walking Dead season 9 episode 11, titled Bounty. And man, in my opinion, I mean, these episodes are getting better and better. Like really, like I haven't had a bad episode this season. Like I've enjoyed all the episodes. There's episodes that are better than others, but for the most part, it's all been a very consistent good season, and I cannot wait for episode 11. This looks to be a big episode, like the full Alpha episode, so I can't wait for that. But let me know in the comments down below, what are you most excited for the rest of season 9, and what did you think about the trailer? Did I miss anything? Leave all your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating, and if you are a fan of The Walking Dead, hit that subscribe button for daily content, and I'll see you guys later.